All right, today is day 3 of the 12 days of player development. And today we're talking about the 8 ways that player development can help your program, your players win on the field. Yes, I know beyond the field we talk about being beyond the field, off the field, but today we're going to talk about how that beyond the field development can help with on the field winning. Number 1, mindset. Mindset. I just finished listening to an audio book by Dr. Carol Dweck about mindset. It's incredible. Talking about a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. And a fixed mindset is a mindset that is set, or my talents and abilities are set and unchangeable. This is what it is, right? A growth mindset is a belief that your talents and abilities can be learned and developed. And so in player development, we are stretching everything we do, and player development is defined as the enhancement of the athlete experience through holistic and intentional programs and initiatives. And everything we're doing is stretching what that athlete may know. That athlete is already coming in thinking, I'm coming in for me. I worked in college football at the University of Houston, University of Kansas, and Baylor University. They're coming in thinking I'm going to make it to the NFL. I need to make it to the NFL. I need to do what I need to do, right? I'm going to make this money being an athlete now, whatever it may be. And so that's what their focus is, right? It's fixed. It's on this. It's not going to change, right? And we come in and we provide this aspect that can help their mindset grow. We come in and say, hey, let's talk about your resume. Hey, let's talk about career opportunities. Hey, let's get you in the community. Hey, let's help you start this business. Hey, let's connect you with alumni. Hey, have you thought about these things, right? And so as they're going through this, they are going through a process of growth mindset. Everything we're doing in player development is for them to learn and develop. That's why it's called player development. So we are taking away that fixed mindset that says that things are set and unchangeable. I'm just here to play ball. I'm going to be a great student, a great athlete, and when I graduate, I'm gonna go find me a good job, right? No, we are there to stretch and to help you learn. We're helping that growth mindset to where this athlete is now learning, oh, I can learn this. Oh, I may not be there. I may not fully understand what a resume is, but I'm gonna create one and understand one. Oh, I'm gonna go to a career fair. I don't understand what it fully is, but I'm gonna engage in this so I can learn. So by the time I'm out of here, I understand it. Oh, I don't know what an LLC is, or I don't know what it's like to budget, or I don't know what it's like to network, or I don't know what it's like to create a LinkedIn, but I'm going to learn how to do that. Now, you're saying all that sounds good. How does that help on the field? If you listen to me and didn't realize how it helped you on the field, I'm gonna let you know. Growth mindset, right? You got players who say, hey, I've always played this position, right? Or I've always been this, or this is the offense I've always run. I'm only good in this offense, right? Things that are set and unchangeable. And they get a growth mindset and say, you know what? Maybe let me open up my mind, because I can learn and develop what my coach is saying. Maybe in this new system, this new coach coming in, transition, right? Or this program I'm going into, right? Because we can leave seeds of player development even for our players that are leaving and going to another school, right? They can go into the growth mindset of, hey, I can figure this out. I can make this happen. This coach is telling me I can do this. This is going to stretch me. This is something that's new, but because I've done it off the field, I could do it on the field. Because I've went and had this mindset shift off the field, I can bring that mindset into the locker room, into the film room, where I just show up and I just make plays. Or I don't really like watching film. We're stretching that mindset and now helping. Or I can't be a captain. I just come and show up. Or man, this play is hard, or this opponent's too, man, we've never beat this opponent. We help grow that mindset off the field, and they're working in growth mindset every single day with somebody from player development, and it just translates to the field. And teams with growth mindset win a lot of games. There it is, y'all. I'm about to get excited, right? I be talking about all that stuff, but I'm letting y'all coaches know how I can help you on the field. Number 2 is responsibility. Responsibility, right? We all want them to understand responsibility, right? But we have responsibilities that they may have. So if you're going to go to a community event, you have a responsibility to know which event you're going to show up on time. You have a responsibility to the people that are there, right? Okay, we're going to this externship. We're taking you to a Fortune 500 company, and we're going to spend a day there, and possibly you have a micro internship or whatever. You have a responsibility to show up, to be wearing the right thing. You have a responsibility to take care of your grade. We're helping you with your grades, right? You got a responsibility to do that. You got a responsibility to do all these things. And as we're building this responsibility off the field where they are showing up, they understand that they are responsible for their actions. They understand that other people benefit from them taking responsibility in their own lives. That shows up on the field. Okay, I'm playing D-line. We got a 3-man front, 2 inside linebackers. I'm playing nose guard. I understand it's my responsibility to be on the shade side or playing a one, the strong side of the center, unless there's something. If I run a stunt, it's my responsibility to get to the outside shoulder or the inside shoulder of that guard so that defensive end can come to the other shoulder of the center, right? That's my responsibility. I understand that by me taking responsibility, my own responsibility, and being responsible for my actions, it benefits others. And we can do this off the field. I understand I have a responsibility to have a resume. I understand I have a responsibility to network if I want to meet people. I understand that I have a responsibility in this mentorship, we'll talk about a little bit later, to connect with my mentee or my mentor, right? And so that responsibility being built off the field helps winning on the field. All right, number three, leadership. Leadership. Everybody needs some leadership. Come on, leadership. Leadership, it's important. We need leadership at every level, in every way. And so we can build that leadership off the field. I've been with a lot of student athlete development departments. Shout out to my student athlete development professionals who have leadership academies or leadership retreats. And we've done some leadership programming myself in player development, helping out with leadership councils, things like that. But we build leadership. We help them understand, number one, who they are as a leader. What leader are you? You don't fit into every box as a leader. Okay, maybe you saw a leader, you were, your freshman year, you're a junior now, you saw a leader who was very vocal. Maybe you saw a leader who was very action oriented. Where do you fall? Where is your leadership style that people attract to? And so you build this leadership, be it through academies, be it through whatever, be it through responsibility given, like we talked about, but you're building this leadership. And we would go through, what does leadership look like? Why is leadership important? How can you lead in every area of your life? And we would have them break down, how do you want to lead in your family, right? Maybe some players have a family, or athletes have a family. Maybe it's how do you want to be with your family as a son, daughter, whatever the athlete may be, your immediate family, brother or a sister. Well, how do you want to lead? How do you want to lead in the classroom? How do you want to show up for your classmates if you're doing a project, right? So we're teaching all these leadership skills. How do you want to be seen as a leader? If we go to the community, how do you want to be seen as a leader to those young people who see you as a leader, right? How do you want to show up? What do you want to do? Where do you want to grow as a leader, right? And so we're working on all this leadership stuff off the field, and you know where I'm going. It shows up on the field in those tough moments, right? Leaders leaders come alive in tough moments, right? They come alive in tough moments. So you're teaching this leadership off the field, and you're reminding them that they're a leader. You're reminding them the importance of leadership. So when the time comes, when the season hits, when it's tough, when you're in an overtime game, when you're playing for a conference championship, when you're playing for a game that helps you get into the postseason play, when you're coming out of a losing streak, when you're coming out of a winning streak, how do you lead, right? And this is something that player development can help foster, help develop, so that it can happen on the field. Every coach wants some good leaders, right? We hear all the stories about the leaders and everybody that's leading. Player development can help with that. All right, number that is 1, 2, 3. I don't even know where I'm at, y'all. Sorry, 1, 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2. Okay, perfect. Number 4 is mentorship. Mentorship. Now I talk about mentorship in detail up here in this podcast episode, but mentorship helps build qualities you want on the field that help you win, right? We did mentorship a couple ways when I was in the role. We did player to player, former player to player, staff to player, player to community, and professional to player, right? We did all these different ways to do mentorship, but I'm gonna talk about player to player, right? Whenever we come in, we had a program that was called Big Brother Program. I got it from Coach Tom Herman when he came from Ohio State. But the Big Brother Program, right? It's you're mentoring, you're getting a person or an athlete who has been in your program for a while, right? Maybe a second year, a third year player, or a third year, fourth year player. Sometimes you get second year if they're very, very mature, but they're coming in with a new incoming class, be it transfers, be it freshmen, whatever it may be. And they are mentoring them. They are walking through that first 6 months transition with them. Hey, this is what it's like to be, if they're coming out of high school, this is what it's like to be a college athlete. If they're transferring in from another school, this is what it's like to be a so-and-so university insert mascot here at this university. So this mentorship helps. So what I used to do is I used to give tools for those who are mentoring. I would sit down with them. This is why you want to mentor. This is why this is important. These are the outcomes we want to see. And then I would meet with them once a week. Give me an update. Nothing deep, nothing that, updates. But what I enjoyed, and we did a really great job of it at Baylor, it was that the players did an incredible job of letting me know, like, hey, this is what's going on. Hey, I talked to so-and-so. I talked to so-and-so. And we did a great job. It was the first time I ever did check-ins with our mentors. And it helped. it helped. We had mentors, right? We had situations during the season. We won a Big 12 championship. The ring's over there somewhere. During the season, where we had to have some young guys step up. Young guys had to step up because injuries happen. Young guys had to step up because, hey, we got to injury. Like I said, injuries happen, situations happen. This play call works for you. This scheme works for you, and they were able to come in and they had the confidence of the older players because they had mentored them, or some of these mentors walked them through what does it look like to travel, your first time traveling, right? This is what you do. And then in game, hey, we got this situation. I believe in you. You can do it. I literally saw that. I literally saw the mentorship program I built at Baylor help us on the field. And we won a Big 12 championship, right? It helps. It translates over. That mentor, how I build a relationship and how I lead you off the field as someone who is older, helps on the field. It helps. I'm telling y'all, hey, coaches, I mean, look, you want to win off the field. Win off the field. Number 5 is communication. So falling under everything we said earlier is communication. In player development, I always enjoy teaching these players communication. How are you going to communicate with an adult? How are we going to communicate with a peer, our age, older or younger, right? How are we going to communicate with, for me working in college football, how are we going to communicate with women? How are we going to respect them through our communication? How do we communicate with people in the community, right? How do we handle all this? So this communication is we're building communication skills, teaching them how to effectively communicate, not only what they want to communicate to people, but how they receive communication and how they break down communication and sending and receiving it and all the stuff, the encode and decoding process of communication. Them building all this off the field helps on the field, right? I know how to communicate with my teammate, right? Sometimes, hey, Ed, can you tell so-and-so? No. You have to tell so-and-so. They have to hear it from you. Well, man, I mean, it'd be easier if you told my teammates. Yeah, it would be easier, but guess what? On Saturdays, I ain't on the field with your teammates. You got to communicate with your teammates, right? And we got to this point where we did have communication. Every place I was at, you're challenging guys to communicate. Go let your coach know. Yeah, you might disagree, but go in there and talk to him. Go in there and talk to him. Level heads, the coach will come back to me. Hey, man, I had a conversation with so-and-so. He feeling good. It's good to hear that he feels that way, right? Teaching people how to communicate in high pressure situations, right? How do we communicate? How do we have crucial conversations, right? Crucial conversations with people in all areas so that when those moments come, we can have them. When it's tight in the game, right? And you're playing Oklahoma State in the Big 12 championship game and it's 4th and 1 and you don't get the call or there's some type of mishap on the sideline and you need to communicate with your teammates. Hey, you're going to go here. I'm going to go here. You go here. All right, y'all got it? Ready? And we make a stop and win the Big 12 championship, right? Communication, it just translates to on the field. I know how to communicate in high pressure situations off the field, situations that may be tough, situations that may make people uncomfortable. I can do the same thing on the field. We're in a tough situation. Our backs are against the wall. Hey, I need you to do this. I know how to get straight to what I need to communicate and get that to my players so that we can win. Or if coach says something someone doesn't understand, I can communicate what I hear coach saying to this person because they don't understand, but I've spent time talking to them off the field and being with them in mentorship, in programming, player development programming. I know how to communicate with them. Thank you, coach, for communicating that with me. Hey, this is what coach is saying. When we got to get back out to the field, we got to do this. Boom. Right? But look, I'm letting y'all know how we can win, how player development can help you win on the field. I'm good in there. Number 6, effort. I love what Ray Lewis says. Effort is you versus you, right? And so when we talk about effort, we're getting these guys to do effort off the field, right? They give a lot of effort on the field towards the training and everything. And now I'm giving you effort. Hey guys, tonight we got a career session tonight for you all who are excited, who asked for this. We have this tonight. All right, we're going to do this tonight. This is how it's going to go. See y'all there. They got to take effort. They got to show up, right? We're asking them to get effort. When a speaker comes in, I don't let the speaker just sit. Hey, what'd you get from the speaker? Give me a couple things you got. Hey, so-and-so, what we got, right? That's effort. They're learning to give effort. When we're going to a career fair or when we're going to a place where we may do a career exploration or doing a business visit or whatever you would call it, right? They're giving effort towards that. They're giving effort to how they show up. How are you going to show up to these events? I was at one school, we put in a how do we show up protocol, right? All right, we're not going to show up in slides. We're not going to show up like this. Like you guys, wear this. We gave you a polo. We gave you a shirt. Wear this, right? There's an effort to that. I got to prepare. I have to do the things I need to do for this. There's an effort in program. I'm asking you to do something. Hey, get back to me with this, right? You're asking me to do something for you. I want the effort back. get back to me. They got to give effort, right? They have to get effort to get their teammates. Hey, y'all come with me, right? Y'all come with me. Hey, make sure y'all come here, right? Hey, let's do this, right? Effort in different programming where we're asking them not only, hey, be there, do there, but here's a task. Do the task, right? Complete the task, right? And these tasks in programming, you can't mandate this stuff, right? I can't mandate this, but I'm helping them see the bigger picture, how this affects you as a whole, as an entire human being, how this affects you as an individual. And you need to give effort towards this. You want to learn about this? Cool. I got a former player coming here to talk to you about that. You need to give effort to show up with questions, right? Here's my questions that I want to ask you. Hey, when you did this, how did you do this? You need to have an effort in following up, right? Follow up with that former player. You need an effort in, hey, the former player is going to be at the game. Hey, let me step out of the way. Hey, man, how you doing? Blah, 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 right? It's all effort. Now, on the field, it's pretty self-explanatory. Effort, man, I'm in a good, comfortable spot, but let me give a little more. I did everything my coach asked me to do. I'm in the right play. I'm in the right situation. I'm in the right area for this scheme, but let me get some more effort. Let me give a little more, right? Let me empty it. Let me go. Like, yeah, this may feel uncomfortable, going back to what we talked about earlier. A lot of this stuff, it's uncomfortable. It's stretching me, the growth mindset, right? But I'm gonna give more effort, right? I'm gonna give effort because I understand, based off what I've done off the field, what happens when I show up, when I bring effort. I see how I can accomplish things. I see how it impacts people. So that effort that they're putting in off the field, so it's not like, oh, I just, well, no, we want effort for you off the field because that effort is going to come back on the back end, right? And I've seen it. I've seen it with players. So many stories of players giving more effort on the field, and then we get into off the field, and then we get into a meeting and someone says, hey, has anybody noticed so-and-so's been giving more effort? Yeah, coach, I've noticed that. He's been giving a lot of effort in programming. He's been giving a lot of effort to academics, right, off the field. He's been giving a lot of effort to his tutoring sessions. He's been giving a lot of effort to the mentorship that we asked him to be a part of. He's giving effort. And coach like, hey, man, that's good to hear because he's definitely giving more effort on the field. Man, look, all right, let me stop right there. Give y'all a little break because I know I'm coming heavy with y'all. I'm coming off the top rope with this one. Randy Savage. And so I want to talk to you about who I am. My name is Ed Jones. I am the founder of Beyond the Field, where we develop people and elevate programs. I had the pleasure of working in player development at the University of Houston, University of Kansas, and Baylor University. And I am also the author of the Player Development Guide, which you can get on Amazon. This is my book detailing everything I did in player development, and it is there for you. Grab it on Amazon. It'd be a great gift. It's holiday season. We're talking about the 3 days or 12 days of player development. This would be a great gift for your loved one. Coaches, athletic administrators, parents, that would be a great resource for you. All right, now let's go to number 7, I believe. Number 7, yes. Number 7 is learning. They're learning. I think I always talk about coaches, and I'll have conversations with coaches like, these players have brains. The brains could do a lot. If you ever do the study of brains, it's incredible. But they're learning. They're off the field. They're learning these different things. What does communication? A lot of these things we're talking about right here. I'm learning how, I'm learning mindset. I'm learning responsibility. I'm learning leadership, mentorship, communication, effort, right? And as I'm learning these things, it's helping me see my capacity to learn things that will help me, to learn new skills, to learn new skills or things to put to strengthen. I think about infinity zones, right? Like, boom, rah, right? Thanos, boom, I got this, boom, I got this, boom, I got this, boom, I got this, right? And I could learn how to do all this stuff. I'm learning how to take care of academics. I'm learning how to show up. I'm learning how to be held accountable, be okay with that, right? And they're learning all these things. I'm learning, hey, this football thing may not last forever. This sport that I'm playing may not last forever. I need to be prepared for the transition. I know the transition is still going to come. It's still going to be difficult, but I am learning, hey, this is how I can at least be prepared for it, right? Or even the ones who are going pro. Hey, I'm going pro, but I'm learning about, we would have conversations about the draft, about contracts, about what it looks like, about being taxed, about the football season. I'm learning different things, right? It's not just going to be what I think it's going to be. There are going to be some challenges there, but I'm learning about the challenges and how to face the challenges. So there's a whole learning process going on, because once again, player development is the enhancement of the athlete experience through holistic programs and initiatives that they're learning. And of course, that comes to help on the field. Once again, I'm learning a new playbook. A new coach comes in, I got to learn a new playbook. Well, I learn how to do this, so I can learn how to do that, right? Boom, okay? Or maybe I switch my major, right? and they're learning that. I learned from switching my major, I'm switching positions. I switch positions, and I got to learn this entire new position, right? Because I got in shape, or I did whatever. I learned from what I learned. I learned how to get in shape, and now they're moving me to another position, or I'm moving to the other side of the ball, right? I'm learning that. I've learned what the other team is trying to do. Why? Because I can learn how to watch film. I don't have to just watch this. I can learn all these things, right? And that all helps go into the field. I learned situational sports, situational football, situational whatever your sport is, right? I'm learning, oh, in this situation, this is what they're trying to do, and this is what we're trying to do. Or this situation come up. One thing I always remember, my coach, sudden what's going to bother me? Sudden change in football, right? If we came out of a timeout, a turnover, whatever, we knew that the other team is going to try a deep ball, trick play, whatever, because you're catching the team in chaos. But I've learned that. I've learned over here what it's like to learn things coming out of chaos and how to handle it, so I can learn it on the field. I can learn how to deal with that in my sport. Man. And one thing I'm learning how to put events together. And the event that I put together is the Player Development Summit. And the 2026 Player Development Summit will be in Detroit in May of next year. And we are so excited leading up to that event. If you want any information on that, if you want to sponsor, if you're interested in possibly speaking, if you want to join the mailing list, it's all in the show notes. And for you all who are like, man, sponsor, I didn't know I could sponsor Beyond the Field or whatever it may be, you can. There's a link in the show notes. Your sponsorship will get a massive ROI. You're not the only one showing up to watch this video. Imagine this right here for you companies. Hey, this 8 ways player development can help you win on the field is brought to you by blank. So-and-so blank helps you win on the field also by providing you this, that, this. Yeah, that sounded good. So come on and sponsor. All that information is in the show notes. And then lastly, right here, the 8th thing the 8th way it can help you win on the field, player development can help you win on the field, is critical thinking. Coming out of learning, right? So we learned something, now we can think critically, critical thinking. I'm thinking critically about all this stuff in my life. I know, hey, at some point, I got to think about this. This sport's going to end, right? I'm not going to be able to play the sport. So let me critically think about how that transition will look like. Hey, I realized, I can make a lot of relationships. Networking. I'm a football player at this university that has all this alumni, and this community that has this. How can I critically think about how to create the most out of these resources? You know, hey, here's a situation. We're talking about relationships. We build relationships. They're teaching me this. I'm critically thinking about how I can handle situations in relationships. Let me take that critical thinking to a deeper level, right? We're teaching them all this, once again, holistic and intentional programs. We're having them critically thinking about interviews, communication, networking. Once again, academics, why that's important, right? Career transition, community impact, alumni engagement. We're getting them in all these programs that are making them critically think about, hey, this is here. How can I use this, or how can I make this resource really truly provide a lot of opportunity for me? Well, that critical thinking goes to the field, right? Critically thinking, okay, boom, I talked about it earlier. I learned this formation, but now I can critically think of this formation. Okay, that's trips. All right, in this, okay, he's off the line. Okay, he's here. Boom, they're about to run this. I know this. I broke this down. Hey, whoo! Now we're going back to communication. You see that? Critically thinking. It's all connected. It's all connected, right? Critically thinking. Hey, this is happening. Hey, oh man, I watched film 2 plays ago. This coach ran this and they haven't run it, but I saw them do this play. It's happening. Or hey, so-and-so's a new player. He just came in. Or my teammate's a cornerback who just checked in. They're going to throw the ball his way. Okay, so I'm playing safety. Let me think about how I can help him in our system. How can I critically help him? Or I'm a pass rusher. I'm critically thinking like, hey, we got a new quarterback in here. Let me get to that quarterback before he sits there and throws bombs away on my cornerback that just came in, right? So you critically thinking off the field helps on the field, right? Critically thinking in a situation. So-and-so's talking trash to me. I want to pop him in his face. I cannot. 15-yard penalty or technical foul. I can get ejected, right? I'm critically thinking. I'm critically taking my emotions, my thoughts, my feelings, the things in my mind, and critically putting them in this phase of thinking. Yeah, them the 8 ways right there. Them the 8 ways player development can help provide the skill sets for your player to win on the field. Player development off the field can impact winning on the field. So if we win off the field, winning off the field can impact winning on the field. All right, here are the 8. Number 1 is mindset. Number 2 is responsibility. Number 3 is leadership. Number 4 is mentorship. Number 5 is communication. Number 6 is effort. Number 7 is learning. And number 8 is critical thinking. Hey, thank you for being here. Share this with a coach. Share this with a coach. Maybe you're in a role and a coach doesn't understand why we need to do off the field stuff and build the character and build the skills and build so much and develop the player off the field holistically and intentionally. Share this with that coach. Share this with that administrator, all right? Share this with someone. You ain't got to critically think about what to do too much after this video is done. Like, subscribe, and YouTube thinks that this video is the best for you to watch. As I always say, go out and create generational impact. Don't wait, create that generational impact today, because we winning on and off the field. Hey, you can't say I didn't tell you how.